Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Another episode of Control Shift C podcast. Check who we got and check who we don't got. They flip flopping today.
He just swapping us out.
Don't know what's going on. No, Oscars or City's out. He's got some things going on this week, but he'll be back. But we got Free in the house, 1/3 of the podcast. What's up, girl? How you
What's
doing?
going on? What's popping, people? It's good to be back. Good to see y'all. How y'all feeling?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. So, where you been? What's been up? Where you been?
Y'all ready? So, I was shooting a movie.
Okay. All right.
Shooting a movie.
You on NDA right now? You got NDA? You got an NDA right now? You can't talk about it?
I can't talk too much about it.
All
But
right.
I got a little walk on roll. So, we have rehearsals and stuff. But we it's gonna be out, and y'all gonna know when y'all know when I announce and I talk about it.
Y'all don't know when y'all
we've been
know.
doing
Look at this movie star.
We've been doing a sound session. So we had a sound session event, which has been dope. And that's monthly. So, we always revving up and revving up. And y'all hearing it here first.
About to have a baby?
I recorded an album.
Oh, about time, Negro. About time. Shoot.
Y'all hearing it here first on Control Shift C. I recorded a collaboration album.
Okay.
Which is going to be my very first album.
Okay.
The person that I recorded, I'm not going to tell the people who it is with yet.
Oh, famous dude.
Maybe it's
Drake,
not,
Raekwon and them. Some Jill Scott.
I mean, maybe we can get them on the pod for the put you on session. You know what I mean?
Hey, man.
But I will say that Maddox knows the person.
Oh, I know them. Oh, man.
Yes.
No, I'm not. No, listen, everybody. She name dropping my name like I know. I don't know anybody. I'm just,
He does. He does.
I don't know anybody. I don't.
Maddox knows who it is as well as worked with him.
Oh.
It ain't that hard, Maddox.
I know.
I love the genuine confusion. This let y'all know I haven't told him yet either.
And I've worked for them. Okay. Well, hey, when it come out, it's gonna come out, and then I'm gonna be like, how the hell you know this man or woman? Yeah.
But yeah, it's dope. I'm excited about it. We're actually done. We're just dotting our I's and crossing our T's now.
So it's a co-collaboration album, or it's just which is an EP, or
no, it's a full album, full collaboration.
How many tracks?
12.
12 tracks. That's an album.
That's an album.
That's an album.
Yeah, y'all know I've dropped EPs. I've done that. This is my first album, so I'm excited. I'm excited. It's dope.
Okay. All right. Well, shit. Congratulations. I can't wait to see who this mystery other artist is.
Man, we gotta get them on the show.
Are they West Coast artists?
They are West Coast.
Okay, that's not.
You really try to figure it out, y'all.
That's not that long though. I don't know a lot of West Coast. I know a few, but not a lot. So okay. Well, shit. Well, when are y'all planning on releasing this? Like later this year, next year?
Yeah, we're looking at later the year. We're hoping for a fall rollout. Because it got done so fast, honestly. So we're hoping for a fall rollout, but we're planning all the next steps of photos, visuals, all that good stuff. So
let me find out you sneaking around in LA, man, going to different studios around town, man. Let me find out.
I be everywhere. If you know, you know. You know. I be everywhere.
That's what's up, man. So like well, can you give us an idea of what to expect from the album? Like,
yeah, so it tells it. We're giving story. Think fantasy meets hip hop meets R&B. You know what I mean? Like we really immersed in the sound aspect. We really stuck to the storytelling aspect. I'll say that it's very Alice in Wonderland.
Alice
meets West Coast meets, So it's dope. It's dope. Yeah.
Who's are you part of the production, or are you doing vocals, or are you everything?
Both. both.
Okay,
So
okay, okay.
I produce quite a few of the tracks. It is a guy. He produced a few of the tracks.
Mhm.
Um, yeah.
Nice,
And I
man.
got vocals. I was trying to I will say that I was trying to be in producer mode until he was like, "Nah, come on.
We need
We
to
got to
do a
you
little
got to tap in on the
we
artist
need
level
to do a
too.
little bit more. We need to
We
do a
got to do a
little
little bit
bit
more. We
more.
need the voice on there." Then it just turned
Alright.
into boom, the whole
And
thing.
it's like next thing you know, we got 12 songs that we
And
about
then
to release
we
to the
got 12, and
world.
I mean that's what it was. It just flowed out. Like we just tapped in, vibed out, and just songs just started spilling out.
That's
Next thing
what's
we
up,
know, we
man.
like, I mean, for real, we got 2 albums done. We just focusing on the first. Yeah, no,
Oh,
we
for
rolled out a
this
lot of
joint.
songs quick.
Oh, man. Dang,
We
sound
wasn't
like so
fucking
you've been
around.
working on this for a minute then.
Not
Alright.
even for the
Not
past
e
month. For the past month,
You
that's it.
worked on a you that's how they do,
We
huh?
managed to roll out 12 albums, 2 albums in the past month, basically, like 3.5 weeks.
Dang. Dang,
But you know, that's how it is when when you
it's flowing,
collab
it's
with an
flowing.
artist, like on the music side, when you collab and you mesh real well with an artist, it's
Mhm.
easy.
Well,
It's
yeah,
easy.
because I mean, y'all know what to do. It's just now,
Yeah.
can we coexist together on this track? Is it your track? Is it their track, or is it our
Right.
track?
And
You know?
that's the thing. We didn't even have to worry about none of that. It was just like boom, 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 boom.
Mm,
And next thing we it was one of those things where you kind of just like, did we just did we just we got like
yeah,
2 albums. Let's do it.
right.
So
Hey, man. Hey,
yeah.
congratulations, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations, man. Well, since we on the topic of music, uh, Michael, Michael Jackson film, Michael. Have you seen it? Please say
I
yes.
did. I saw it. I saw it day one.
Day one. Oh, that means you
I
said the
went
premiere.
yesterday.
Oh, you said, that day one, the world day one. Got
Yeah,
it,
the
got
world
it.
day one. The
Oh, okay,
world
see,
day one.
I saw it a couple days before.
Yeah, no,
You know,
I didn't go there. I didn't even realize that I was able to do that. I was just like, all right, I'm gonna go the day of. But
yeah.
y'all know I'm still very introverted. So I went to a morning show with an empty theater.
I didn't even know they had morning shows.
Well,
are those called
barely. It was
matinees
like
or
11. It was like 11:40 in the
is that
morning.
is that considered a matinee, right? That's considered
Yeah.
matinee? I should know this. I
I
should
think
know
anything
this.
before 12, if I'm
Mhm.
correct, or either before 12 or before 3.
Yeah. Well, I wanna say that movie, just like so I like biopics or how you say biopics with especially musicians, artists. Um, because the last biopic that got me inspired that was based on a music artist was Bohemian Rhapsody. I really love
Mm,
that movie. And then now I'm seeing the Michael Jackson film. And that boy, I mean, I'm sorry, that man Jafar, if that boy wasn't
Jafar
Michael
did it.
Jackson, all you had to do is
Listen,
this. That's Michael. It gotta be Michael
when I
Jackson.
say I will say this. Because I know they had been working with him for a while to make
Mhm.
sure that he is able to really connect with his uncle.
Yeah.
Like obviously, the family decided to keep it in the family, which I love.
Mhm.
I love
Mhm.
that. But even in that, they decided to like really like hone in on him. Like, listen, this is I need you to tap into your uncle. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But and
Yeah.
he did. He did. And you can tell that the family really had their hands on this because even the album covers, like I had to look twice a couple times. Like everything they did, they used Jafar's face
Mhm.
for the recreation of the album covers and everything, but they did good. Now, and
Yeah.
I get it. When you look at the commercials, it's like, all right. But when you actually watch the movie, it's like the voice,
Mhm.
the
Man.
photos, the
Yeah.
recreation and making the choreography, the
Mhm.
videos,
Oh,
they
yes.
did it. They
Yes,
recreated it to a T.
that
That
young
made me
man.
happy. As being a Michael Jackson fan since I was 5 years old, that Michael's
Uh-huh.
my hero. It made
Yeah.
me happy.
Wow, that's amazing. That Jafar I mean, first of all, the cast, the main cast was pretty phenomenal. I, just I kinda wish I saw a little bit more anger from Joe Jackson. That's just what when we see all those shows, all the previous shows with about Michael. Joe is always angry. Michael, get your butt back here, Michael.
But
But
you know what?
Joe,
They didn't I
he's
feel like
calm.
they didn't wanna focus on that though. Like, Joe
Well,
is obviously a vital part of who Michael is, but
for
I could
sure.
tell they didn't wanna focus on Joe's anger as opposed
Hmm.
to just Michael being Michael. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And
and
maybe
I
that
think
could
that was
be
good
the
though.
yeah, I feel like they did really good at creating the energy of Joe.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I was telling someone this yesterday after I came out of the movie. I know that Joe Jackson death stare. Okay. I received it. Okay. And there's a whole story behind that. But I received that Joe
Like
Jackson death
from Joe
stare.
Jackson himself, or like
From
you talking about?
Joe. I met Joe.
Oh
I
wow,
met Joe a long, long time ago.
got you.
And so to see it, like, because what I was doing in my head was for everything that was happening, because you know how productions are with movies and biopics, sometimes they want to enhance stuff.
Yeah.
So I was taking those moments and I was like, no, I remember when Michael did an interview talking about this. No, I remember this. I remember. So I could tell they kept it accurate to the story. They didn't
Hmm.
overdo it. And then
Oh, for
even
sure.
how Joe was like moving and doing all the things, I was like, yeah,
That's Joe.
that's
That's
yeah,
Joe.
that's Joe.
That's Joe. I think I'm glad that the family was a part of the executive production side of it, because I felt like they wanted to tell how their story on how they remember these moments, this 20-year or 30-year or whatever gap it was, how they wanted
Mm,
to remember that, how they saw the relationship between Mike and
mhm.
Joe, because you did see the tension,
Yes.
and how the love he had for his mother, and how he really never grew up. He was still 10 years
Yeah.
old even as an adult, and
Yeah.
with going giving back to the kids that have the diseases or the illnesses, just his light and just seeing all that. And then I didn't know, spoiler alert for those who haven't seen it, I didn't know that, god damn it, the motherfucker sent his daddy a fax to say, brother,
That I
you
did
fired.
not know either. I did
You fired.
I think that that scared everybody
If that
because
wasn't the
it was a
coolest
handful of
moment.
people in the theater that when that fax came out and we all read it,
Mhm.
all I heard
Yeah.
was, "Oh shit."
Yeah. See, and
Like people in the theater was like, "Oh shit." We all
the actor side of me, I was like, I'm waiting to see Joe blow up. But
yeah.
Coleman Domingo did such an amazing job. He looked at that
Yeah.
paper, bought. I'm like, if that was me, and it's like, thank God it ain't me, right? Thank God I ain't doing it. Michael, what the I would have flipped. What? But Joe, he's mad. It was more like that controlled
Yeah.
anger. Oh my, that's probably the most
Yeah, and
powerful.
that's you know
Oh my
what? I
God.
feel like that makes it more intense, like, the
Oh
fact that
yeah,
it's not
yeah.
a obviously, when they were kids, it was like, "I'm gonna beat your butt," but when you're dealing
Hmm.
with your kids and they're older,
Yeah,
it's a more intense anger because it's like, "I can't just pull my belt out.
yeah.
Imma say I will," but just like in that one part where Kathleen was like, "What you gonna do? They grown."
Woo! Woo!
And
No,
then
you're
it's
not.
so,
No, you're
"Are
not.
you
No, you're
are
not. And
you
you're not gonna
high?"
see him. You might not see him again.
Yeah. Oh
Oh
my
shit.
gosh. Shout out to Nia
Oh
Long.
shit.
Shout out to Nia Long
Oh man, look,
playing Catherine.
look.
Okay.
The
Shout out to
cast,
Nia.
the production, the crew, everybody that was. There was a lot of names on that list. Everybody, and the other thing, and I had to talk to my mom. I had to talk to. I want to say my mom about this. I had no idea Michael Jackson was going to the Crips and Bloods, chatting it up with them,
Yes.
and
That was one of the
I did
moments I
not know that.
remembered. Yes. So because I remember him doing an interview about that where
Yeah,
he was talking about where he got the dancers from. He talked about that. And so when I saw
from the
that in the
streets.
scene, yeah, there's a picture. I just came across a picture of it too. And
Man.
so, like, when I saw that, I was like that was one of the moments where I was like, "No, I remember this is real. This isn't
Mhm.
enhanced. This is real." Like,
Yeah.
he really did this. Yes. Mike
That's
ain't
crazy,
play. Mike
man.
went out
Mike,
there.
that brother was he was that moment, and then I think that was the bad video. They was getting ready for the bad. The
Yes.
choreography on that, And I'm sitting here like, you got some Crips and Bloods under one roof doing the dances and shit.
Mhm.
You know, I'm bad. Man, what?
Talk
I
about
was like,
powerful because music is
wow.
universal law. So
Thank
when we
you.
say music is not universal law, when we say music is universal language, this is what we mean. You know what I mean?
My dumb ass sitting in the theater. He's like, "Oh yeah, music is universal." I was like, "No, music is universal language." I was like, "No, it's actually math." But then, you know what I'm saying? But then they started fucking doing. I'm like, "Yeah, he right. He right. He
It
right.
is.
You know,
I
you
mean,
not."
it is music is math, but it's the universal language. It's the
He
one thing that brings all species together
yeah,
and, everything. You see
yeah,
animals dancing to people playing,
yeah.
instruments. It's like,
Man, man, dude, Michael brought. I mean, Michael. That fuck that. The movie brought back a realness to like cinema to it. Like, of course,
mm,
black folks showed up. I don't know if you've seen the
of
premiere or whatever.
course,
They
of
showed
course,
up, got their
of
jackets
course.
on and the socks and
Okay,
the
when
the
was
the,
the
the
last time we
shoes.
got to see a movie where we was all dressed up? What was it?
Well, oh,
Black
Black
Panther.
Panther,
That was
the
the
first
last
one.
time. I feel like
Man,
that was the last time everybody we was like in
what?
costume to go to the
What?
movies. Okay.
Man, we made it. It was a spectacle that went. Was that Richard
Yes.
Simmons? Oh my God, we made
Yes.
it a spectacle. And
Yes.
just
We was in dashikis and everything. We was
everything, man.
not playing.
I was waiting on a group of people to come out with the little pasties on and shit, doing their little African dances. I was waiting on that. I was like, "Oh, we in there now." Well, they showed up with the line dance and the African dance.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I'm waiting on that. I'm sure they had it. I don't really remember. That was a few years ago, but man, that was what I just like you. That's what I think that was the
Yeah.
last time we see something like that. But the choreography, just the story, like, just the relationship between him and Quincy, and then, how Barry
Mhm.
kind of was pushing him along and like, or pushing him, pulling
Yes.
him along to show him like, hey, yo, you can talk to me anytime you want. You could kind of
Yes.
see the shift, like as a 10
Yes.
to 11-year-old Michael, and then Joe is just like, hey man, you spend a little too much time with my son, boy. What's going
Yeah.
on here,
He
boy?
portrayed that quiet jealousy very well. He
Man,
did
that
that.
was oh my that was
He
that
did
that
that.
film deserves a fucking master class, man, especially from
Mhm.
Coleman. But I saw, and then we can transition a little bit. I saw the process a little. Well, I saw a clip on how he talked about the process
Mm.
of, him trying to become his uncle from the voice. But one thing that stood out, he said he did not know that his uncle he wrote everything down. Like he was a manifester, He
Yeah.
wrote all these affirmations and he wrote these cards down. He would meditate
Mhm.
like for so many minutes a day, and he just write
Yes.
these things. And I was like, damn. In order to kind of be like that, you need to really, that's that thing, you gotta speak it, you gotta believe it, then you gotta
Mhm.
speak it into existence, and you gotta fucking own that. You know what I'm
You
saying?
gotta
You
own
got
it.
to believe that every word you put on there. I am going to be great. Will going in the future to be
Yes, to be
great.
great.
Come on,
And see,
man.
in the process of even the act of doing that is what helps that whole process of
Yes.
constantly reminding yourself because now I'm gonna
Yeah.
tap into on the spiritual, y'all know I'm in the spiritual. I mean, this is what I do. But like this is it's that's sometimes that's what you have to do to remind yourself because it's not always easy to tell yourself affirmations when you're going day to day and all the things of life are coming at you. So when
Yeah.
you come to your home, when you come to where you lay your head and you put it in a significant place, because that's always recommended. You go into a bathroom, stick it to the wall, go to wherever in your bedroom, wherever you are normally, and you
Mhm.
have your moment, put those reminders because it's yeah, you gotta believe it, but those things are reminders. Right
Yeah.
now, my closets in my bedroom are made of mirror.
Mhm.
And so what I did was I took red lipstick, red being a very powerful color, and I wrote a whole thing on one of the doors on my my closet.
Mhm.
Is a whole thing on there. And
Yeah.
that's just like and I stop, and every now and again, I'll just stop, I'll look at it, and I'll just read it, and I'll keep going. You
Mhm.
gotta do that. That's how you pull it in. Do it until
Yeah.
you believe it. Read it until
Right.
you believe it.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, yo. That I can't stop talking about that film enough, man. Like that film was whoo! It's giving me chills
Yeah,
thinking
man.
about that motherfucker
Oh, I got
again,
chills
boy.
throughout the whole film. Like, even when the film started, and mind you, I'm in the imagine my little short self, right? In the big theater seats, and I'm
Mhm.
swinging my feet like a kid, like I was my 5-year-old self again. I
Man,
really was. And I'm just watching the screen like, ooh, eating the popcorn like
yo, I was getting chills, like,
the
when he started
whole
sing
movie.
when the little even the little Michael, when he was in the
Yes.
studio with Barry and they did the vocals, I'm like, "Is that
Mm.
his voice for real?" I was getting chills up my I was like, "Man, this about
Yeah,
to be
that
the
family, they
best
you can
movie
tell the family had
of the
their hand on it,
spring and
and I'm
summer."
glad they did.
Heck yeah, man, like, just that work ethic, dude. Them folks work they butt off, man,
Oh
and
yeah.
then he got training from Michael's original choreographers. I thought they was
Yes.
dead. I'm like,
Well,
"What?"
Michael had different ones. Mike had different ones.
I thought they had all passed on and, went to the other side. They still
Yeah, I think,
around,
maybe some of them have, like, the earlier ones or something, maybe. But I
and
know
it was
there's
2
some of
main
them
ones,
that are
man.
still around.
Oh, goodness. Oh, that was a good one. Well, we going shout out to the film, though.
Shout
Antoine
out to the
Fuqua.
film. Go see Michael. If y'all ain't
Ooh,
seen it yet, go see it. I mean,
please do.
whether
Please
this
do.
is a spoiler for you or not, we all know Michael's story. Just go see the film
Man,
so you can see what we're talking
yes,
about. So it's not like we're
absolutely.
giving the story away. We know how it ends. But
Yeah, without saying too much.
but no, for real. Like, go see that. Go see
Yeah,
that film, and it's amazing.
absolutely, man, absolutely. So we're gonna shift a little bit. Something came up to me, well, something came up to me. I heard something, and it sparked an interest for me, about adults in the workplace, at home,
Mm,
amongst friends,
ooh.
things about transparency.
I like that word.
Transparency and or transparency versus honesty. What's kinda, like, more important? Or are
Mm.
they all the same? A transparent person will just give you a long drawn out response versus an honest person give you, "Oh, did you do this? Yeah, I did that," or "No, I didn't do this." That's honesty. Which one are you really like which one do you take with you and say, "You know what? This is more important or that." Or this is more important and not this. When I look at this, it was just 2 people having a conversation. I can never remember that lady's name, but she's a very well-known doctor, and she goes on different podcasts, and she was talking
Sure.
somebody asked her a question. She was on Cam New's podcast too. I don't remember her name, and y'all go Imma beat myself up with it because I should do way better than this. And anyway, she was just like, transparency versus honesty. She was like, "I want a transparent person. I want somebody to say, 'Oh, such and such was here. We did this, and this how it happened, blah, blah, blah.'" Versus an honest person, "Oh, yeah, I just went here, did this, and did that, and that's it." And I'm like, huh. To get the interesting female perspective on this, which is
Mm.
perfect for today, what do you value or what is your preference or what is like your non-negotiable? Do you want a transparent do you want transparency or do you want more honesty?
Well, in the broad perspective, I want both. At the
Mhm,
same time, it's easy to say that one coincides with the other, which is true.
mhm,
You got to be have a certain level of transparency to be honest. However, where I draw the line in that difference between honesty and transparency, which bends me more to wanting transparency, is that even if you're saying I'm being honest and it's not all the way honest,
mhm,
the transparency about that is able to be like, you know what, I was dishonest in this part of it.
mm,
You know what I mean? I feel like it takes a lot of transparency for that. Also, I feel transparency comes a lot before honesty, meaning
mm.
straight off the back, this is
This is who
me,
I am,
this
this is
is
what I
who I
do.
am, this is da da
Yeah.
da 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 da, and you're getting that up front before a moment even comes where you have to be honest. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
So if I had to choose one, I would definitely say transparency.
Mhm,
But there's just it's one of those things where it's more than one truth to it. You know
right.
what I mean? Like your honesty is transparency. Transparency is honesty. They both have a relationship with each other.
Yeah.
But if you really want to kind of break down the idealism or the philosophy of how it kind of could work, or
Mhm.
as it goes positive and negative,
Yeah.
then it's like, which one do you want? For me, it's transparency because I feel like a transparent person, like I said, will tell you that they were dishonest.
Mm.
An honest person will just say, I'm being honest, but they can just be honest in this little part.
Mhm. See, for me, I think transparency promotes honesty, and I think honesty in enables transparency. And when I say enables, I'm not talking about something like an enabler. I'm talking about like when you are honest with someone, you have the ability to unlock that transparent door
Mhm.
or
Mm.
transparency of a door. What I would want in any setting, somebody to, in a sense, do right by me, and that is to be transparent, be open to discussing feelings, thoughts, thought processes, whether it's the professional world, and when you don't get a lot of transparency, it's just like corporate world, if you will. Nope, it's this or
Mhm.
that, but they got some hidden agenda on the other end. That ticks me off. And then in
Yeah.
your personal life, with in relationships, it's like when you meet somebody, oh, hi, I'm such and such, and then y'all have a conversation, and then you're like, so you just ask a lot of questions, and then you hit that roadblock, like, I don't really know if I want to say this, but you just
Mhm.
surpass those things like, "You know what? I'm gonna be open. I like to do
Yeah.
this. This is me. I'm this type of person," and so forth. I like to think I'm a transparent person, but I don't like to think I'm an honest person.
Mhm.
Sometimes I think I'm too honest. That's the problem, right? Think I'm too honest. And then there's some cases where I feel like if I'm being transparent with you, you should never have to question my honesty. And to say if that's the same thing, is transparency and honesty the same? I say no, because you can be very open and transparent about whatever, but you always, which you don't leave anything out, but you can
Mhm.
be honest, and I'll give you what you need to know without trying to further, get yourself in trouble. Like, oh, you asked me a
Mm.
question, I answered it this way, and that's the honest truth. It's a game we
Yeah.
like to play, right? Do you agree with
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, I can agree with that for sure. And like I said, I feel like in a sense you even explained it um similarly where it's like they have a relationship with each other. But when
Mhm.
you say transparent, I think glass. You can't hide anything behind glass.
Nope.
Nothing. You know what I
See
mean?
right through you. Open
Again, with
book,
the
baby.
honesty, you can be honest about something.
Mhm.
Maybe not everything, but
Mhm.
something
Mhm.
versus that glass, that transparent glass where you're not hiding anything, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. Hmm. I wanna I wanna see, like, let's just pull it back. We talk about relationships.
Mm,
This is not a relationship podcast. I want to keep that very in mind. This is not a relationship podcast. But when we bring up this topic, that's kind of typically where we kind of go.
mhm.
Relationship, with your significant other, partner, or whatever you want to call it. When do you start to become transparent? Honest, you should always be honest up front in the beginning, but when do you take that next step? And now I'm being transparent, like, you're knowing everything. When does that start to take place?
In this day and age, speaking from a woman's perspective, I will say this, and fellas, please, by all means, please do it day one
Ooh, shit.
because give us the option to go forward and not waste each other's
To
time.
make an appropriate decision.
Right away. We don't have to waste each other's time if you give it
Mhm,
to me up front.
mhm,
And that's everybody,
mhm,
men and women alike.
mhm,
Um, but do it up front. What do
mhm.
you want? What's your intention? If you just want to, then say you just want to, you know what I
Okay. Now let's be real though. People, now you saying this from a woman's perspective, so I'm talking directly to the woman, right?
mean?
Women say, I want somebody who's honest and open and transparent until they meet a man. who gives him or gives her that. He says, like you just mentioned, what are your intentions? To be real with you, I want us to go out and have a good time, and I want to fuck you tonight. Ooh, like, what do you do? Like, I mean, that's like straight to the jugular. That's to the point. Eventually, if
Yes.
it's vibing, if everything is cool, eventually you get to that point a month or two, a year, or however, down the
Mhm.
line. But he's like, yo, I want this now. I remember seeing something on, the pop the balloon thing.
Yeah.
And this
I
it
hate
was
that
they
show.
they was they was doing I was scrolling through YouTube and they had like a younger demographic. I think they was like 22 to 26 or something like that.
Oh,
And the
geez.
guy came in, he 25, good looking dude, had a good looking cast of women. And the
Mm.
last thing he said, I like this, I like a woman who's this, I like to do this and this, but I'm also my last thing I want, I'm looking for a certified freak. Put it out there. Pop, pop,
Put it
pop,
out
pop, pop,
there.
pop, 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 pop,
Put it
pop,
out
pop, pop, pop.
there.
They popped them
Because it
balloons. And
yeah.
the reason why they popped the balloon was because the certified freak thing, it really bothered me. That was just too
That's
honest.
because none of them were certified freaks.
But check this out though. And then they were like, well, I think, I got a little bit more to offer than just, being a freak. And so that goes back to what you were saying. Ain't none of them freaks. Ain't none of them freaks.
None
But
of them
they
freaks.
give
But also, here we go. Here we go. That's also coinciding with the honesty and the transparency. Because
mm-hmm,
let's zoom the lens back even further.
mm-hmm.
Let's look at the situation. And this is for anybody, men and women. They're on
Speak
a
to us.
show.
Speak to us,
They're
Doc.
on a
Speak to us,
show.
Dr. Free.
A very they're on a very viral show.
Mhm.
So when you're going, you know that you're signing up to be on a very viral show and you want to personify yourself in a certain way.
Mm.
Even if you were a certified freak in that lineup, you're not going to be in front of that camera.
So it's all a show then.
It's a show. You
saying
can't believe TV.
so then
Now
trans
behind
let's
the scenes, there could have been like 3 certified freaks in that lineup, but they wasn't going to be that on camera.
so then let's take the TV camera off. A man comes up to you, and I know who you are, and I know what I know you. I've been knowing you for a very long time, right? A
Mhm.
man comes up to you, you talking, y'all, whatever, and it hits that point like, shit, girl. When you start asking them questions, and then you're like, yo, I just shit, I wanna, I wanna fuck. Day one. How do you respond to that? Because I can tell you how I respond to it as a man, as a 36-year-old man. I can tell you how I would respond to that. How would you respond to that as somebody who been through life and you ain't 21 no more? How would you respond to that?
As a level-headed minded person, I respond to that just as it is,
Mhm,
appreciative of the fact that they were very upfront about that. Because
mhm,
now I know I have the option to size him up in a different way. Me,
mm.
and I'm only speaking for free. I can't speak for all the other ladies. You come up to me and we vibing out and all the things, and this man comes to me and he's straight up like, look, I'm just trying to, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mhm.
Now it gave me the option to now step outside of potential for a relationship if this is not like let's just say he's like,
Yeah.
you know what, in real life I just want this.
That's it.
Okay, now I can make a solid free will decision to be like, you know what, if I want that, let me size you up differently. What your size look like? How you feel? What would that look like inside of there?
Damn.
What we
Then you
doing? What
put
it look like in the
now you
bedroom?
put him on the spot, and it's
Now I'm
like,
putting you on. Now you want to put yourself displayed on the box to be. Now I gotta measure the market differently
now
because
he
I'm
ain't
not measuring the market for a relationship. We're measuring the market for a
yeah.
healthy sexual
Because now
relationship.
you gotta like, okay, now is this gonna be worth it for me? Because he didn't went from yeah, I got you now, girl, because I want to do this, and then you flipped it back on him like now he all like, oh, hold up, wait a minute, I wasn't, I
That's
wasn't
what
ready
I'm
for that.
saying, and
He
that's
get the
and again,
screaming
I
in
can
the
only speak.
chair.
I can only speak for women like myself who are
Yeah.
very transparent about that. You know what I mean? Now,
Mm.
in real life, I'm not into empty sex. Like, I would rather us develop at least a friendship, even if we're not in a full blown getting married relationship,
Right.
which makes it
There's gotta
even
be some
less.
kind of layers to
There's
it.
gotta
I
be some, you know what I mean? Because
yeah,
for me, intimacy starts up here.
in the
If you can't
mind.
even appease this, I
Mm-hmm.
don't want it.
I
You know what I
don't
mean?
want it. You
So,
ain't gonna make it drip, drip,
again, that's
drop,
just me.
nothing.
That's just me though. But if I'm speaking for the other ladies who are down for what I call empty sex, then by all means, size that man up. If that's what he wants, size him up. Because if that's
Mm.
what we in, excuse the motorcycles if y'all can hear it in the background. Um, if that's what he's into, if that's what he's saying he want, then make sure you want because you want to be satisfied just like he gonna make sure he's satisfied.
Right, right. Some of the questions that people ask, like, to, kinda like, a little trivial. It's more so like, for me, I feel like, you gotta the transparency, it needs to I want it to happen up front too. But then at the same time, I don't, because it's like you want a person to be honest with, or yeah, fuck it. You want a person to be transparent and honest with you, but then you don't want to know too much on day 1, 2, or week 1 or week 2. Like, oh, you in this honeymoon phase, right? Early on. Like, I don't want to know like you didn't fuck 3 niggas, or your baby daddy causing trouble, or you just lost your job. I don't Some of the stuff I don't really want to know. You
I mean,
sleeping,
there's
you lost your
like
I don't care. I don't want to know
I feel
that.
like see stuff like that. It's certain elements to that. Like, okay, even just let's just say just the lineup of what you said
Mhm.
up front. You want to know if the person got a crazy baby mama or crazy baby daddy. You want to know that
Do I?
because am I
I
gonna
got
have
kids.
problems
I don't
walking
know.
into a situation with you? If I see you as a potential mate,
Yeah.
like on that level, and that's what we in. Do you
Yeah.
got a crazy baby daddy? Am
Well,
I gonna
how
be at your house and your baby daddy or baby mama banging on the door like, where you at, Byron? Like, we don't need Byron, all at the door while we trying to build. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's that. Now, as far as like, oh, I
that's
lost my
fair.
job, that's life stuff that it's like, okay, you don't have, some people are just like that transparent. But,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, don't throw that at me because now you're
Like,
putting energetic weight on me.
well, that
Because
and that
obviously that's a negative in your life. Don't put the negatives now as the relationship grows and we become more together and we
one
ride
unison,
for each
yeah.
other. Then it's like, okay, this happened in my life. All right, well, I'm here to help you through it,
Mhm.
because you're at that stage in that relationship. But, certain so I feel like there's a balance in that overall. Like
Thank you.
no
Thank you for that
winning what.
word, balance. Thank you for that. It has to be, some kind of balance. But does that is it considered do we consider that, like, when you have a balance, do you consider that, like, also an omission? Because, like, you're saying certain things, but you're not saying certain things at the same time that may be important. I look at it like I'm taking back to, like, parenting, or like my parents,
Mm.
grandparents, aunts, uncles, stuff like that. I don't know if grew up in a household where there was any transparency. So I
Mm.
never seen, like, like, maybe my mom be transparent with the people she were talking to, and I don't believe I saw my father being fully transparent with some of the things he saw. And then, I got a bunch of aunts and stuff like that too, and I don't know if it went the same with
Mm.
that. But at the same time, it's like they get to pick up the litter. Like, you're the woman, in some cases, you like the prize. You can just sit back there and not do anything. I can say what I want you to know. I look at that
Mhm.
as an omission, because there are some things you could be saying and you're choosing not to say, but you holding that ace in the hole. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You ain't pulling it
Mhm.
out. And is that fair? Is an omission, is that can we even look at that as the same as lying?
So here's the thing. There's a fine line I feel between omission and discernment. And it depends on
Mm,
the subject matter because are you omitting something because you just don't want the person to know or are
mhm,
you just being discernment about what you share
mm,
at that time?
mm,
And that's where I feel like a fine line is because and it also depends on the receiver.
mhm,
Being as though the receiver may want that up front. They may
yeah,
want like tell me all of it versus like you just said, it's like, don't come at me with all the you lost your job in the house and all the like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like someone like you, if you with a person that is very like, well, I blah 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 to you is like, whoa, hold on.
I ain't
You know what
asked
I'm
for all
saying?
that.
Right.
I
It's
didn't.
like we just got here.
I
You
just
know what I
met
mean?
you today.
But there are others where further down the line they may have omitted that information and further down the line because things like, life changes like that may set them back at certain levels of their life to where you're planning this life with a person and
Yeah.
down the line, whatever happened there because
Yeah.
you decided to omit it, what you felt or thought was discernment later
Yeah.
on becomes an issue because it's like, well, why didn't you tell me then? Because it could have made a difference where I had access to help that situation while it was early, but now here we
Right.
are trying to build this life and it's harder or we can't
And it's
because
hard
of a
because you ain't been
decision
you haven't been telling me you
you
haven't been
didn't tell
telling me
me
the things that I
everything.
needed to
So
know.
it also can depend on the receiver. You know what I
Uh,
mean? And I feel like there is a way around that, which is to just ask questions. What do you want? Would you rather me how open do you want me to be about my life? You
is it
know
okay
what?
to
It's
ask
easy for
questions though? Is it okay to ask questions? Because I know some people be like, Why you asking so many questions? Motherfucker, I'm trying to get to know you. What's the
right
problem?
away, that's a red flag to me.
Thank you.
Why are
Motherfucker,
you
you
asking
can't
so many
talk?
questions? Because I aren't I supposed to be getting to know you?
Thank you. Dang, you the therapist? Whoa. Whoa. Nigga, I'm sorry.
See that it
Who
immediately
triggered
that
you?
lets me know that immediately there's trauma there.
Is it
Because
trauma or
that
maturity? Or lack
no
thereof?
no trauma. And I will say and I use the word trauma because now I'm speaking from a psychological sense because you already have things
Going
in
on.
your life and in the back of your head that you've chosen that you don't want to share or hope that don't come out to this person
Mhm,
for whatever reason, whether it's embarrassing, you haven't matured through it yet, you haven't healed from it, or whatever the case may be, you're gonna try to hide it. So you're putting a mask on,
mhm.
that honeymoon stage, with your representative.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You're putting that mask on to show a person a certain thing. And that can affect the relationship later.
right. See,
You know what
for
I
me,
mean?
I get bored pretty easily. Like, I I
Well,
I I
yeah, it
hung
sounds about Scorpio.
I hung I had a the one of the things about me, like, I've had great women in my life in just about every stage, right? Whether it's friends, coaches, family, right? I was
I
coached by
love you
all
too,
women.
Maddox.
Shut up. I love you, Free. I love you, girl. Um, and what I've come to learn is, I get kind of bored easily, right? And one of the things that my coaches used to say, you can't bullshit a bullshitter. I truly believe I'm one of the best bullshitters on the planet, right? That's never a good thing, by the way. I can bullshit my way out of anything. I get any door.
See, that's
And
a
when
transparent phrase you just said.
right, but I can also spot that shit like Hud McKenzie too. All right. And I'm
Mhm.
like, when I figure out that you're bullshitting me, I'm gonna do one of two things. I'm a I'm a put you out there on blast,
Mhm.
or I'm gonna get up and walk away. So
Mhm.
one of my like when I'm meeting people and we talking, and if I ever slide that line, you can't bullshit a bullshitter. Just know I done caught you in some shit because you're not being honest, right?
Mhm.
Now, me as a man, and I'm talking to another woman, I'm just sitting there like, you know what? If we gonna continue to talk and you can't be honest, because I'm 36 years old. I don't talk to young women. I don't talk to old women. I talk to people my age, right? So if
Mhm.
people my age, 34 and 34 to 36 and 36 to 38, maybe 39, if you on this game of you can't be honest at this age and or transparent, I gotta let you go. Because something is
Mhm.
going on up there with you, up here and in here, in your heart, you put it in the
Mhm.
chest, that you haven't healed from, matured, those words, those phrases, those key words that you use. And I don't know if I want to deal with that. Right. I haven't healed from a lot of things. You'd never know. Cause I don't throw it out there. I ain't matured in a few things either. You will know because I laugh too damn much. I joke a lot. And like, dang, what's the jokes for? I'm just letting you, this is me being transparent or honest without
Mhm.
necessarily saying those words. I'm being honest
Yeah,
and transparent saying.
that's
What
your
that's my
thing.
fix, I know what you're
Yeah.
saying, right? My
Yeah, you
bet,
know what I'm looking for. Yeah.
Yes. And it's like, when do you just become like, when do you become free enough to feel free enough? When do you become free enough to say, you know what? I'm gonna let the guard down. This individual or in a work setting or whatever, I'm gonna be full transparent because sometimes transparency can get you in trouble. Being honest can get you in trouble, as we've known from the guy who popped the balloon, right? As we've
Mhm.
known in certain situations you may have been in, right? But why do we get in trouble if these are the things you ask for?
Again, I feel like that falls into the receiver. That's the bottom line of it. If you can't ask for something that you're not ready for, don't ask. See, a lot of people, and that's a part of the problem. A lot
Mhm.
of people ask for honesty or ask for transparency. Either one of those. They
Yeah,
ask for the truth and can't handle it. They're not ready to receive that.
right.
So that becomes a you thing. One of the things I like to say when it comes to the topic of honesty is if I'm dealing with a person, it's like before you're honest with me, I need you to be honest with yourself. Because if
Mm.
you're not honest with yourself, you can't be honest with
You
me.
can't be honest with another person because I can't put that trust in you to be honest with me if you've been lying to yourself and being non-transparent with yourself. If you can't even say, you know what, I'm gonna get up and work on and do this for myself, gym, eat right, stop beating up, whatever,
Mhm.
right? And then you want to bring another person in the fold, and it's like you got this expectation of honesty and trust with them, and
Mhm.
you can't even do that with yourself.
You can't even do it with yourself.
A cat told me one time. He said, "This is I was in high school." He said, I can't trust a woman who lies to the person they gave birth to." Right?
Ooh.
We in high school. Cats dropping gems in high school, and now here I
Now,
am, almost 20 years later, and I'm sitting here, and we're talking about being honest with yourself. I can't trust a person who can't be honest with themselves and expect them to be honest with me. I just
I
can't.
just can't. You can't do one without the other.
You
That's
thank
my
you.
philosophy. That's my philosophy. If you're not
Mhm,
honest with yourself, don't even if you're not honest with yourself, and here's the thing, it's very when you tapped in and you have a high level of discernment and you're a spiritual person like I am, I'm
mhm.
gonna read it from a mile away. It's gonna be written on your forehead whether you know it or not.
Whether you know it or
You know
not,
what
it's
I mean?
flashing
So
red
I'm gonna
sign,
know when
neon
you're not
lights.
honest with yourself because I'm very good at challenging the mind. Why? Because
Mhm,
I am a very deep thinker and I have done so much shadow work, which coincides and has a deep relationship with accountability.
mm, mm,
And accountability is a motherfucker.
mhm.
That
Yeah,
that right there, that's a
yeah,
motherfucker because people run so fast from accountability.
yeah. Mhm.
Is it not even funny how
Here's a
okay?
question.
But because I have been in those spaces time and time again to be uncomfortable
Mhm.
because of my shadow work and my constant needing to grow and wanting and being a healer.
Yeah.
I've had to go through those things. So therefore, yeah, I can see that shit from a mile away. I can see
Right,
it from a mile away. And
right, right.
if you haven't had the accountability, it's gonna show. It's gonna
Mm,
show that you're pretending. It's gonna show that you're masking. It's
mhm,
gonna show. So at the end of the day, and again, it's the receiver and the giver, which however it's going, if the receiver is someone you're saying you want this and you want that, someone wanting to manifest me, a person like me, a woman like me in your life, you
uh-huh.
got to be prepared for that. You
Right.
have to be at a certain level of healing in a certain mental space to be
Mm,
able to be like, I'm ready
yeah.
because I'm going to call it. And that doesn't mean I'm not saying I'm perfect. So I don't get in y'all don't get in the comments talking about something. Oh, she thinks she perfect. No, I actually very much pride myself on not being perfect.
Yeah.
Like when I just say I've done a ton of life, not a lifetime, but a ton of shadow work.
Yeah.
I'm confident in myself, is what it
Mhm,
is. And if that bothers you, that's a personal problem. However, however, don't ask for a man and don't ask for a woman to come into your life because if you're very hyper focused on having a certain person come into your life for a certain relationship, you can
mhm.
very well manifest it and not be ready for it. Mic drop.
Say that for the ladies in the back who keep
For
asking
the
for.
people in
I
the
just want a
back.
man. I'm trying to get me a husband. Trying to get
And
you a
what
husband.
you gonna do with
What
that
you doing
husband?
when
What you
you
gonna do
get him?
with? I'm
Because
not
what you
going to even
doing
say
right
the word
now
for because
ain't
that can be
showing me that
construed.
you gonna be ready for a husband.
Are you ready for the husband? Are you ready for because women have traumas just like men have their traumas.
Cause soon as God
What we
throw that
doing?
husband at you, soon as that husband presents itself in front of you, and you ain't ready to be transparent, you ain't being honest, you ain't holding accountability, you ain't prepped yourself prior to getting through that door to
That
say,
part.
"I'm ready to get my man or woman," whoever we talking about,
I'm
man,
ready
woman,
to
whatever,
get my man.
whatever, get your person, and when the stuff gets rough, you ain't gonna be there to handle it.
Mhm. Because
Why?
life and I feel like it's a part of a relationship's journey for life to throw something at you, whether it's something about you individually
Yeah.
or whether it's something that comes at you as a couple. I feel like it's always going to be something
Mhm.
because just like anything, something has to challenge you, something has to
Yeah.
challenge the relationship
Yeah.
for it to grow.
Exactly.
To test it. How do you know something is strong enough to hold if you
Mhm.
don't test it?
And a part of that
That's
is being
life.
transparent and being honest. Now here's
And
my
being
next q
honest and
here's my
being a
next
trans yes.
question, and we'll get you out of here on this. Are people asking for honesty or are people asking for comfort?
Ooh, that's good.
Mhm,
People are
mhm.
asking for comfort when they want honesty. People are asking for, no, I take that back. Switch it. Switch it. I meant to say that the other way around. People are
Oh, okay.
asking for comfort when
Uh-huh.
they're asking for honesty. If y'all not picking up what I'm putting down because I might have said it backwards, pick up what I'm putting down. Because I could have said
Twice.
it backwards. I had some wine.
People are asking
People are
for
asking for
honesty,
honesty
right?
when internally in their mind they want
They want to
comfort
be
because
comfortable.
they're not ready to receive that
Back
transparency. They're
back to
not
the
ready
back
to receive that
it's back to the
honesty.
receivership. It's back to receiving
How
certain
are you
information.
ready to receive what you're asking for? You're
Right.
manifesting something. Are you ready to receive it? Because if you're not, it's going to knock your ass down.
See, I think say that again. I feel like people just want Imma disagree with you here. I feel like people just want comfort, and here's why. I know a few people who are married, having their ups and downs, and some of them are on the down right now, but they ain't pulled the plug. You ain't
No,
pulled
I'm
the
not
plug.
disagreeing with you. I
Uh-huh.
agree with that fact. Like I said, I could have said it backwards.
Oh,
I
okay, okay,
agree.
okay.
I agree that people want uh they want comfort, but they're asking for the opposite. They're asking for transparency. They're
Mhm.
asking for
Got you.
honesty.
Because I was
But they want comfort because again, you have to be honest with yourself
got you. Got you.
before you're honest with me. And being honest with yourself, sometimes you got to be honest with yourself before you ask for the thing.
Mhm. True. That is very true, and I think more people need to kind of practice that because you want honesty, but you also want to live in that level of comfort. And I feel like honesty brings you comfort, and I feel like comfort can promote some form of honesty. If I'm comfortable here, I can be open and with you. If I want to get comfort or get comfortable here, I need to be honest with you. It's kind of hand over fist, rock paper scissors shoot.
Mhm. No,
Alright?
and absolutely.
And, but I feel like, if a person is telling you certain things and you still don't act on it, and they out there being willy-nilly and doing whatever they wanna do, why not pull the plug? Well, I didn't pull the plug because I like it here. I still like the perks I get. I still like the benefits. I like to come home to not an empty home. I like, how I'm treated. I like, the Sunday night dinners, even though the
Mhm.
motherfucker still treat me like shit. I like this motherfucker still sending me flowers too. You know what I'm saying? I like the
Mm.
fact that I got this nice roof over my head, or the bills are paid and we ain't got to really want for nothing. But yet I am still being treated like shit. And the shitty part is the shit treatment is open and honest. They're open and honest about me treating you like shit. This is what I'm doing, but you still you still like that level of comfortability, so you ain't budging. That's fucking insanity. That's crazy
And
to me.
listen, and when I tell because I don't want to because that we can easily branch into a whole new topic right there. But here's where it comes down to self. What is comfort? whatever is that when you are someone who is driven, even if
Mhm.
someone, and I just said this to somebody, is life ever comfortable? Even if you live a very simple life, you go to work, you come home, and the bills are paid or whatever, life has a way of throwing something at you
Mm.
that changes and shifts a relationship or changes and alters your life
Okay.
to where
So
now
that
what you
presents a challenge.
and
Yes.
presents a challenge, and everything that you knew that made you comfortable is no longer comfortable.
Yeah.
So are we ever comfortable? In which my model, and that brings me to my model, is you got to be comfortable with being
Uncomfortable.
uncomfortable. And that's not to give yourself anxiety or be anxiety ridden because you're looking for something to come. Okay, when's it going to happen? What did you? No, one day at a time,
Yeah.
one day at a time. Just live
Yeah.
one day at a time. And when and if, but I'll say when, a challenge presents itself to your life, whether in a relationship or as an individual, just be ready to tackle it,
Tackle it.
assess it, and do what you have to do. If you are in a space, and I speak from experience, ladies and gentlemen, when you are in a space because you want to be comfortable. You're like, I'm cool here. And if there is a bigger, just off the fact that if there's a bigger calling for you, God ain't gonna let you. I'm a
Right.
spiritual person, so I'm gonna say God, you, source, God, whatever y'all want to call it, okay, has a way to present itself in your life to shake that shit up. You
Mm.
understand me? It will
Yeah.
get shooketh. And you have to be ready. Like you got to be ready for that. So when you're in a relationship, if it is being presented to you that this is not healthy for you and this is a choice, you got to get out. If a person is so transparent that they're telling you, I'm treating you like shit because I want you to go,
Mm.
go. And quite
Yeah.
frankly, that's a sign of narcissism because narcissists don't
Shit.
leave. You have to leave them. They won't leave you.
Am I
That's a
narcissist?
narcissistic trait.
Am I
That's a
narcissist?
narcissistic trait.
Because I have a trouble
Trust
letting
me.
go. Am I narcissist?
Trust me. When I no, I mean like a true. No, I don't know. Maybe you got narcissistic traits. Do the
I'm
test.
gonna have to
Just
ask
do the
somebody. Am
test.
I
I don't know. But
narcissist, nigga?
I'm saying from experience of a woman who was in a very, very narcissistic, like a psychopathic relationship,
Mm.
mentally abusive, manipulative, the whole bit. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Except physical. Wasn't physical abuse. I'd have beat the fuck out of him. But that's neither here nor there.
Ain't nobody putting their hands on you free. I
You
know you
know what
got
I'm
the strap
saying?
in
They
the I know you got the
already
strap in the
know I'm
back.
from West
I kn
Philly. What y'all
I kn
need?
I
No.
know you got the strap
But
tucked under the pillow. What's happening?
no, but like on an emotional abusive level. And because I've done so much therapy in regards to that space, these are things that I've learned from therapists.
Yeah.
Is that a lot of time they won't leave. I've
Mm.
seen that. I've been able to observe that. They're not going to leave most of the time, but they will be as mean to you as possible. And
Yeah.
if you stay, it's only feeding them
Feeding them, yeah.
to let them know that I can do whatever I want with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You have to starve that energy. You know what I mean? You've got to starve that energy.
That's real,
But
man.
it's that, and that's again, I don't want to branch into a whole different topic, but I'm just saying, like, if it's that bad, it's time to go, is what I'm saying. It's
Time to
time to
go.
go.
Time to
Get
go.
uncomfortable. Yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, it hurts, all the things. Get uncomfortable
Get
and get
uncomfortable with
out of there.
comfort.
You find your comfort in your peace. Peace is the only type of comfortable that exists.
Mhm.
Even when challenges come into your life, if you have peace within you, those challenges are not going to make you but so uncomfortable because you'll be able to ride the wave.
Yeah.
The saying goes, it's not the situation, it's how you react to the situation.
Right.
It's your attitude to the situation. That determines comfort and discomfort.
Mm. Words spoken truer. No words spoken truer. Absolutely, man. I I have to do some soul searching because I wonder if I'm toxic. Shit, the hell? Am I a toxic motherfucker? Am I the motherfucker who don't like comfort? I like people being uncomfortable, and that makes me comfortable. Is am I crazy?
Ooh, that's something to think about. That's
You know,
something to
but
think about.
we ain't gonna think on here. I don't need no
We're
therapy
not gonna do
session right
therapy. We're
now.
not
I don't
gonna
need
do
no
therapy with the people.
hell no. I did not say. I remember I said I am not mature in certain areas. I'm being real. You know what I'm saying? I'm being real. But I have the will and the audacity to tell you who I am, and you still can't make an informed decision. Why? Because you're just as fucked up as I am. That's all it is. You're just as fucked up as I am. Two
Hey,
fucked up,
and
one
that
fucked
right
up
there
person
is all
plus
the
another.
light you need to is you gonna heal or is y'all gonna just be toxic together?
And and maybe that's why I ain't married with no kids. Like damn,
You just the free spirit, ain't you?
no, you living a boring life, aren't you, man? No, I don't know. You come home to nobody. I gotta be miserable. Well, it is when I'm on the plane, drinking my champagne, headed to wherever I'm going. It's terrible. It's terrible. Show up to the hotel,
Ladies,
bed made.
what
It's
he's saying,
crazy.
ladies, is that he not gonna be ready to settle down till he
It
gets
ain't
60,
nothing.
70 years old.
I
60,
wouldn't
70
say
years
all
old, then
that.
he gonna finally settle out.
But I will say, I better not be that old. My grandma, my father, be like, dang boy, rest his soul. You ain't gonna give me no grandkids. No, no. That's what you got them other kids to do. You know what I'm saying? But I will get you out on this, man. Um, being getting comfortable, getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. All right, being transparent and honest, they go hand in hand. All right.
Mm.
And omissions. Is it really lying if you don't kind of say it? Yes and no, because it depends on what it is, right? If I'm
Mm.
like, yo, did you cheat on me? Well, I ain't say nothing like that. Did you cheat on? I ain't
Well,
say nothing like that. Okay,
but see, that's
but
different.
you
That's
ain't say yes or
different. We
no.
But see, when you're talking in the terms of brand new relationships and y'all in the dating and honeymoon phase,
Fair point. Fair
omission
point.
and discernment is different. When you well into the relationship and it's did you cheat on me, you can own it. Omission is lying. You
Well,
know what I mean?
maybe I got some soul searching to do because I'm an omitting motherfucker. Boy, I'll be
And you can
omitting.
omit, but that's where you got to be a transparent motherfucker because at the end of the day, are you going to be like, you know what, I was dishonest about this. I'm gonna keep it
And
real with you. It was one, two, three.
that takes so little energy than than lying about things. And that's what both man and woman got to really start doing. I know there's a lot of truth tellers out there. You a truth teller. I tell the truth. Sometimes I tell the truth too much. Motherfuckers think I'm lying. Like, no, nigga, I'm really telling the fucking truth
That's
here.
like we not even going to put this light around me to where it's like, oh, you just don't ever lie. Listen, I've omitted things,
Well,
but I've
I wouldn't
also
say niggas don't
admitted.
lie.
I've also been transparent about the fact that I've omitted things.
Facts,
And I
facts.
can only hope that the receiver is open to listen to why, because I always have a reason, and I'm always able to explain my actions, not as an
Shit.
excuse, because I'm not looking for an excuse, in
Mhm.
that kind of way. But it's
Yeah,
like, hey, I did it because of this reason. You either
right.
understand it or you don't, and if you don't, I suffer the consequences if there's
Yeah.
consequences to suffer.
If there's a consequence to suffer, right?
It is what it is.
Chances are I'm doing something because I don't want to be with your motherfucking ass anyway. But I'm
Yeah,
gonna
but
get y'all
I
up
mean,
out.
just even friendships. That's just in, you know
Yeah,
what I mean? Because you got to be
yeah.
like that in all the ships, as I like to say, all the
Mhm.
ships.
Yep. All right, man. Well, check this out, man. We're gonna get you out of here, man. Another episode. This is
Yeah.
episode number 8 for us. Free, you've been gone for
Dang,
quite
that's
some
8.
time. But
I've been gone a
you've
while,
been doing
huh?
some things. So, it
I
look
know,
like you're
I've
gonna
been
come for a
busy.
couple and then you're gonna disappear for another 8 because the album might be dropping or a new movie might
Listen,
be
I mean,
showing up.
we gotta get the other artists on here for the put you on. You know what I mean?
Well,
We'll do it.
we gotta see who it is because if it's somebody, if it's somebody.
I'll tell you who it is once we get off here.
Okay, because we still gotta get a few more followers before we start really bringing some heavy hitters. Because I got a feeling it's somebody you say I know them, so I feel like they are a heavy hitter. You know what I'm saying? Especially y'all cranked out 2 albums
Look,
in less than a
look,
month.
look, Maddox just told on himself. He be knowing people.
Hey
Yeah.
man. Anyway, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in to episode 8 here in Control Shift C podcast. I be your host, Maddox Sully. This be my guest host, co-host. I'm sorry. co-host right here. One of two of three here that we're missing. My girl, the frequency chemist, catcher on a new movie that's dropping, a new couple album that's dropping, a
Album
sound.
and catch
What
the
is it called?
sound
What
healings. I'm
sound
out here. I'm
healing?
outside.
That's dropping. I mean, if y'all in LA, man, come check her out. If y'all on Instagram, go check her out at the Frequency Chemist. Throwing you out there like you a guest. No, motherfucker, you're a whole co-host here too. What the fuck, But you can
Pull
definitely
up,
check
pull up the
pull up.
frequency killers. Pull
Pull
up. You
up,
can find
god
them.
dang it. Check us out on TikTok. See us on YouTube. This is it, y'all. See y'all again, episode 9. I might be
Yeah.
live on location somewhere. We'll never
Ooh.
know. Peace,
Ooh.
baby.
Peace.